Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Sub Ted as I bring sports talk to you live and direct here on YouTube. And I'm just having a Saturday night recap of what we've seen on the NBA superstars. Well, again, back to back nights, they had great NBA action. Can't complain from a fan perspective, like what I seen. And I had a pretty good record overall. I finished 5-1 on my predictions today on who was going to be the winner. And I was only wrong on one game, and that game was the LA Lakers and Golden State Warriors game. And it was a good game. Down in the end, LeBron came out smoking, dropped 56 points, his most as the Lakers this season. He had help from Monk. And even Westbrook, for the most part, played a decent game. He had 20 points to chip in as they defeat the Golden State Warriors at home. In front of Matthew Stafford, the reigning Super Bowl champion, was there front row watching the game. Him and LeBron had a nice dialogue going back and forth. So that was pretty good. The LA solidarity in the city of champions, as they say. All the sports teams, baseball, football, and basketball, all won championship in the last 3 years. So that's excellent in itself. Being in a sports town like that, they got all champions from all walk of life on all games. And again, shout out to LA Lakers. I didn't believe they would do it. And Carmelo added 14 off the bench as well. He was pretty solid as well, contributing to the team's success as they played all well. Jordan Poole, he had a great game today as well. He finished up with 24, I believe. And that was excellent game. Steph Curry had 26. And let me see who else had a good game. Cause Clay struggled for the most part, unfortunately. I thought he'd have a better game today, but can't win them all. Give you the box store scores in 1 second. Oh, excuse me. Steph finished with 30 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. LeBron finished with 56 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. Wow. Okay. Otto Porter had a double double, 10 and 10 with 3 assists. Sneaky double double at that. I didn't see that coming. And the assist leader for Golden State Warriors was Anderson. He had 5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. A triple single Charles was talking about. Hey man, he's productive off the bench. And like I said, Monk had a good game today. He had 12 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Nice all around solid game contribution he made to the team. Effort to win today. Can't get mad at him. He did his part. Like I said, Carmelo had 14. Austin Reeves, he had a solid game as well, finishing with 10 points and 3 from 5 from the 3 point line. Again, Russell Westbrook had 24 assists, 4 rebounds. Stanley Johnson had a sliding game on the scoring part, but he was very productive on defensive end and the rebounds. He had a total of six with 4 assists and 4 points. LeBron had a double double with 56 and 10 rebounds. Not bad, not bad. And the newly acquired DJ Augustine had six, 4, and 2 on the score card or the box score for the Warriors. Let's see, the leading scorer, like I said, Steph Curry had 30, Jordan Poole had 23, Jonathan Kumunga had 18, Wiggins had 14, and Clay finished with 7.6 rebounds and 4 assists. He's still working the kinks. And the rookie Moody had 9 points. Again, it was a good game finish down to the wire. The final score of the game, once again, was the Lakers 124 and the Golden State Warriors 116. Now, the Lakers go prove their record to 28 and 35, and the Warriors are 43 and 21. The Warriors are second in the Western Conference as the playoff standings start to mold and shape. And the Lakers right now is like the ninth seed. Probably will have to play in the play in against the eighth seed. But again, the Lakers, when they full strength rolling, they're a hard team to beat. So it'll be an interesting matchup in the first round who they may play. Keep your eyes and ears open and you stay tuned for that good game. Again, LeBron had the most games as a Laker with 56 points, finishing off with a double double, and he ended up playing center today. That was interesting. Small ball lineup these days. He actually was the center, starting center for the Lakers. Man, so LeBron, he's playing great at age 37. I never seen a 37-year-old NBA player play this high of a level day in, day night. You got to give him kudos, despite how you may feel about him. He is one of the greatest. You can't deny that. Greatness indeed. It's covered all over LeBron. You can see it every time he plays. He's a different type of animal. I mean, definitely what they say every 20 years type player. He's that model, hands down. I can't even deny it. He does stuff that that your everyday ball player can do, and he's doing it for so long at a high level. Usually the greats fall off towards the end of their career. He gets better. It seems like fundamentally sound, and with that investment in his body over the offseason, he spent over 2 million, and it's paying dividends as you see throughout the later years of his career. No problems at all. All right, moving on along here. And this game here was a nail biter. The Dallas Mavericks versus the Sacramento Kings. I had initially said it would be a blowout, thinking that Luca was going to be playing and drop 30, but come to find out, he didn't play at all. You know, but they had great game from the newly acquired Spencer Dinwiddie. He had 36 points, 7 assists, 2 rebounds. Huge game, especially in the absence of Luca. And for the Kings, the Aaron Fox had 44 points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds. And Sabonis chipped in with a double double with 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. Not bad, not bad at all. All right, for the box score for the Mavericks overall, like I was saying to you, Dinwiddie had a great game, had 36 points with 7 assists. That's a nice acquired player to go along with Luca. Take the pressure off of him running the offense. You add in Spencer Dinwiddie, who's a proven player. I like what I seen when he with the Nets, and now with the Mavericks, he's gonna be a great addition to the team. Smith had 17 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Josh Green had a double double with 12 points, 12 rebounds. Reggie Bullock had 11 points. Jalen Bronson had 23 points and 6 assists. So that's a great game by him, especially with the absence of Luka Doncic. That's major. They can show they can play as a team without their star player. And for the Kings, again, Fox had 44 points. Dante DiVincenzo had 10. Holiday had 9. Trey Lyles from the Pistons had 11. Harrison Barnes had 9. And that's pretty much it for the firepower for the Kings. The newly look Kings, that is. Whole new team. We'll see what they're going to do in the offseason to get better. But they only lost by 1 point. Close game indeed. Soccer. I didn't believe it would be that close of a contest. Also, the Hornets defeated the Spurs. Final score of 123-117. And I predicted that game as well for the Hornets to win. I figured that the Spurs couldn't handle or match the Charlotte Hornets firepower, which they just pretty too much for the Spurs right now. That young squad. Go ahead and tell you the leading scores. For the Spurs, Keldon Johnson had 33 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Terry Rozier had 31 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. And Mason Plumlee led the Hornets with 13 rebounds. Solid, solid. And Zach Collins had 5 and 10 for the Spurs. DeJounte Murray had 25, 9, and 10 assists. LaMelo Ball had 24, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. That was a nice point guard battle going back and forth between the two of them. And again, for the Hornets, Martin had 12, 4, and 3. Miles Bridges had 10, 6, and 6. PJ Washington had a solid game, 15, 5, and 1. And Montrezl Harrell, newly acquired from the Wizards, he also chipped in with 15, 6, and 2. And Kelly Oubre had 12 as well. So solid production from the bench. They contributed major. And as I said before, the Charlotte Hornets prevailed 123-117 over the San Antonio Spurs. And the Spurs leading scorer was definitely Johnson with 33 and 8 rebounds. Murray had 25. Bessel had 14. And Primo had 10. Also with McDermott had 8 and 4. So solid contributions, but just fell short against the Hornets. Better luck next time with Coach Pop. They play the Lakers Monday, so maybe they can redeem themselves. But the Lakers looking for to build momentum, so I don't know how that's gonna go. If I put my money on them, I'll go with the Lakers over the Spurs Monday. And the Lakers next game here that I see on the menu is the Heat versus the Sixers, and the Heat won as I predicted earlier. Sixers without James Harden who didn't play. The final score was 99-82. The leading scorers for both teams respectively was Joel Embiid. He led the 76ers with 22 points, 15 rebounds, another double-double. Jimmy Butler played today. Wish he played against Harden, but anyhow, he finished the game with 21 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Nice returning for him and well. And Bam Adebayo had 10 rebounds to chip in with 6 points as well to go with. And today's assist leader was Jimmy Butler. He had 5 for the Heat. So it was an overall game for the Heat at home, who defended that court pretty well. Tyro Hero had 21 points and 7 rebounds. Caleb Martin had 14. Vincent had 16. So it was a nice overall game from the team. The bench helped out. Jimmy led the way with 21 points on his return. Solid contribution, especially being out for a few games. He definitely produced and led the way for his team to beat the Heat. Excuse me, the team to beat the 76ers, who was on a 4-game winning streak, but it came to an end of the day, unfortunately. So it's in the last 5 games, they are 4-1. And again, the leading scorer for the 76ers was Embiid. He had 22. Maxey had 17. They got 16 from Tobias Harris, and they had 9 from Nan. So they're pretty much missing James Harden contribution. So that add to the points missing, which led to the defeat. Final score once again was 99-82. Miami Heat over the Philadelphia 76ers, which is a strong team, by the way. Miami is the second seed in the West right now, so they've been creeping on a come up. Quiet, low key, but definitely efficient. And Eric Sosa and Pat Riley does a great job. Been doing it for the last decade plus now. So shout out to them too as we get ready for the playoff run for themselves. And again, the next game is the Minnesota Timberwolves defeat the Portland Trailblazers. Score was 135 to 121. A great game. Predicted that the T-Wolves would beat them, no problem, as indeed. Leading scorer was for the Trailblazers was Anthony Simmons, 38 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Carl Anthony Towns led the way for the Timberwolves with 36 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists. Leading rebound for the Timberwolves was also Anthony with 15. Leading rebounder for the Trailblazers was Warford, Watford with 14. Leading assist leader was Bivens with 5. And D'Angelo Russell had 14 points and 15 assists for a grand total double double, which is not bad. Pat Beverly didn't play, by the way. He was on injured reserve. And so did Anthony Edwards. He didn't play. But Malik Beasley had 16 points. McDaniels had 16 as well. Vanderbilt had 14. And Noel had 22. Help out Towns tonight as they defeat the Portland Trailblazers convincingly. Again, the score was 135 to 124. Trailblazers had a great game from Simmons. He had 38. Also, Brandon Williams had 21. Eubanks had 13. Ben McLemore had 13 as well. Keon Johnson had 15. Ellaby had 9. And again, Wofford had 12 to help the Trailblazers, but they fell up short against the Timberwolves, 135 to 121. Moving on right along here. Who else we had left? Oh, the Grizzlies. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Well, the Grizzlies did play the Orlando Magic, but I was trying to read another game. But since I said the Grizzlies already, let's get into it. The Grizzlies defeated the Orlando Magic 124 to 96. Ja Morant had another highlight dunk I seen earlier that was amazing. But he's been all world all season. The leading scorers for the respective teams for the Magic, Cole Anthony once again had a great game. He had 19 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Ja Morant led the Grizzlies with 25 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. Leading rebounder for the Magic was Mo Wagner. He chipped in with 17 points, 11 rebounds. And for the Grizzlies, Conchar had 11. And the leading assist was Franz Wagner for the Magic with 6. And John Morant led the Grizzlies with 7 assists. Great game from the Grizzlies. They was dominant from the beginning to end, representing the home court advantage. They're gonna be tough in the playoffs. Young team with energy that can play with the best of them. So I look for them to go far in the playoffs as the playoff season starting to shape up with a few weeks left before we end the regular season. But again, Jerry Jackson had 13, Williams had 8, Clark had 11, Anderson had 9, Tillman had 5. They also had 14 from Tyus Jones and also 9 from Milton and 24 from Desmond Bain. So solid game, solid performance for the team. Nice effort as they got the W over the Magics. Again, the Magic had leading scorer Anthony with 19. Mo Bamba had 10. Radakis had 12. Wagner had 13. 17 for Mo Wagner. Hey, the Wagner brothers had a great game. And Mo Wagner had a double double, by the way, with 17 and 11. Markel Fultz had 6. RJ Hampton had 4. And that was it for the Magic, who had a rough outing. But they will get better as the season progresses. Maybe better luck next year. I'm just joking. But again, they fell short to the Grizzlies, 124 to 96. And moving right along here, well, I covered all the games. Again, my overall prediction was 5-1. Not bad for the second night. Not tooting my own horn, just early beginner luck, they call it. Or I know what I'm talking about. Just saying. But anyhow, this weekend been star packed again. Just to recap, Friday night and Saturday night, we seen Boogie Cousins drop 31. We seen LeBron drop 56 with a great games from both of them, respectively. And we're gonna see more tomorrow as the NBA has showcases on Sunday. Tomorrow, you have Brooklyn Nets playing the Boston Celtics at 1 p.m. on ABC. That should be a good game. I'm gonna go with the Celtics in that one, especially at home. And Nets been struggling lately. Pardon me. Hopefully, we can see Ben Simmons play soon. Looking forward to that. And also at 3:30, we have the Milwaukee Bucks playing the Phoenix Suns at home. Oh, that's a tough one. But I'm gonna go with the Bucks, being they don't have Chris Paul or Devin Booker playing. And also at 6 p.m., you have the Washington Wizards playing the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers, who's coming off a hard loss to the Pistons last night, Friday, when they redeemed themselves with a good road win over a team like the Wizards, who lost as well to a tough game to the Hawks Friday. So they want to go ahead and get some of that home seasoning, home cooking, and get the W on their court. So both teams looking for a win. Both teams gonna be hungry. So it's gonna be a nice, feisty game. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this game to the Wizards. And also at 7 p.m. you had the Thunder, Oklahoma City Thunder playing the Utah Jazz. I'm gonna go with the Jazz in this one on the road. They trying to redeem themselves as well from taking a butt whipping from the Pelicans, who was on fire that day. And also the Grizzlies playing again against the Rockets. Rockets are at home against the Grizzlies, and John Morant is playing all world. I can't bet against him having a high caliber MVP season. So I think John Morant and the Grizzlies are going to take this one over the Rockets, who's still showing growing pains as a young team. And also at 7:30 on ESPN, you have the Cleveland Cavaliers going against the Toronto Raptors. Both teams coming off of losses, and the Raptors coming off two back-to-back losses at home. So now they're on the road trying to redeem themselves against a Cavalier team who came off of a defeat from the hands of the 76ers. So they're trying to go ahead and flex their home court advantage and get better position in the playoff race. So both teams definitely need this to get higher in the seeding of the Eastern Conference as we getting closer and closer to the playoff season. As we have a few weeks left in the regular season, so basically each game can determine position throughout the playoffs. So we're seeing the pre-playoffs before the playoffs, I like to say. So it's going to be close and interesting games here on out as we close the regular season, with teams trying to display their dominance and teams trying to gain momentum to close out the season in a strong fashion. So you got to love this NBA action. It's definitely fantastic. And again, right now, Coach K lost his last final regular season game to the men at UNC. Unfortunately, they has made some damper plans for Coach K, who I heard the university was charging 5,000 a seat, which is ludicrous. I mean, I'm a fan of college basketball and also Coach K, but man, $5,000 for a college game. Yeah, right. I wonder what came with any type of perks since you're paying that much, but you never know. But anyway, he had a great career. It's too bad it had come to an end, but every good thing comes to an end. So I'm gonna really follow him these next few weeks on how he transitioning from the coach of the Blue Devils to a retired man on the yacht sipping a margarita with his feet up in the sand. Well deserved. So, like I said, that was the edition of the Saturday Night Live NBA recap by your host, Selma Ted, brought to you by the good people of the Selma Ted Sports Talk YouTube channel. Thank you for listening, and I appreciate it, everybody that's tuning in and just enjoying the sports talk. As you see more content, more video, looking forward to your interaction with everybody in the live chat and just to gain momentum and just have the perspectives because, we all can connect with sports. We all either play to watch or we all want to cheer for a team that's winning. Everybody will love winners, but no one remembers the losers. I forget where I get that from, but it's a true statement. So it's profound. So, like I said, this weekend been a great, great weekend with NBA action as they celebrate the 70th anniversary of the NBA. And like tomorrow is some marquee matchups, so it's going to be interesting to see. But the game that I'm looking forward to see is the rematch of the NBA Finals with the Milwaukee Bucks going against the Suns. Despite the Suns not having their star players, I still want to see get that playoffs atmosphere again. See Giannis and the rest of the supporting cast dominate with the homes cooking tomorrow. And also the Celtics and the Nets would be a good game. The Nets got something to prove if they're trying to get momentum to get a higher seed. I looked on the standings; they right now are in the conference spot, eighth seed right now in the Eastern Conference. So they're looking forward to move up and gain momentum as the playoffs push starts now. So I'm looking forward to see that game, and also the last game of the night was be a good game with the Cavaliers going against the Raptors. Both teams are young and feisty, so I like to see that game how it turned out as well. Well, stay tuned to more videos, more content. As I'm your host, Selma Ted, and thank you for taking part in listening to Sports Talk Radio with Selma Ted here on YouTube. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in and listening, and hit the like, subscribe button as well, so that you get more notifications and stay in tune on when I go live and post videos for you with more sport content. Only way I know how to do it. All right. Thank you for listening. Till next time, God bless. Goodbye.